Hello YouTube, I'm going to be showing another high level trap. This one is in the bayonet attack in the King's Indian defense. So let's take a look. So d4, knight f6, c4, g6, knight c3, bishop g7, e4, d6, and again castles is also possible, knight f3, castles, bishop e2, e5, castles, knight c6, d5, knight e7, and now b4. So this is called the bayonet attack. This is a move played by a lot of very strong players. This move was actually putting a stop to the King's Indian defense for black for quite a while. Black was having a lot of difficulties right here just holding, and it took quite a while for black to kind of revive this line. One of the ideas was after the critical move knight h5, which threatens to come in with knight f4 and also threatens to play f5. White began playing rook e1. So this is still kind of considered the main line. Knight h5, rook e1, and then black would play f5, and now the move knight g5 gets played, holding e4, attacking the knight on h5. This knight would then move back and put pressure on e4, and then the e4 square would kind of have to be defended here, typically either with bishop to f3 or pawn to f3. The point of rook e1 initially is that if knight comes into f4 now, white attempts to play bishop takes f4, e takes f4, and then rook c1, where white has all this pressure on the center of the board. So that's why black switches gears and plays f5 there, just a little theoretical tidbit there. So f5, knight g5, knight f6, and now we'll just throw in one of these moves. We'll throw in f3. And this line was black was getting killed. This knight was inevitably coming into e6, and this was actually causing black a lot more problems than he knew how to deal with. This pawn ended up on e6, and it turns out it's actually pretty difficult to harvest that pawn, and that pawn is more of a thorn pawn than a weak pawn that can be just captured down the road. So of course moves like h6 weren't really to be recommended here. So the person that really started reviving this line was Timur Rajabov, and the move that he started introducing was king h8. And one of his ideas is he can now use the g8 square for his knights to help reorganize his pieces, so that after the knight pops into the e6 square, he can take advantage of it, and he can actually harvest the e6 square without any real difficulties, and he can survive this position. So my high-level trap is a lot of people are already familiar with this move, king h8, and of course people are familiar with some of the other moves as well. But another move that's possible, and is by no means a bad move or a horrible move or a horrific move, it's actually just another move that's very possible here, is a5. And there's a little bit of a drop of poison to this move, because at first glance it just seems like kind of a silly move. Now, objectively, the best way to play against this move is to play b captures a5, rook a5, and then to simply play a4. And at the very least, what black has managed to do is black has managed to slow down white's queenside initiative a little bit. He's managed to slow down white's burgeoning attack on the queen side. And if he wants to here, he can play b6 and try to slow it down even more. He can play kind of Rajabov's idea with king h8. Basically, black can just kind of continue to play chess here. Black is perfect. This is a perfectly acceptable position for black. White is probably slightly better here. But there's a drop of poison here. A lot of players will see this move, and they know that this is kind of part of the plan, is to continue to put pressure on the c5 square. This is a very common response among strong players, even though it is completely wrong, and it actually loses material, and it should lose the game for white. And it just looks like such a basic move. But you play a captures b4, so they have to take. And now it looks like white just got a free tempo in his plan to start exploiting c5. And if you play b6, he's going to play a4, a5, and he's going to exploit b6. So it looks like that black has wasted time and has allowed white to do what he wants to do, but you did this for a reason. This is a cute little trick here. Now you play h6, that old move that failed because the knight would hop into e6. But now if the knight hops into e6, and they have two options, they can hop into e6 or they can run away. If they hop into e6, you take it, and then when they take back, that pawn isn't there anymore. c5. And now this poor bishop on b4 is actually trapped. And that is a cute trap that you can use on strong players, and they probably will not see this one coming. And it might be a quick way for you to win a game against an expert or a master, or even better, depending on whether or not they've seen the move a5 before. And that is a free piece. And if they don't go to e6, if they come back, this is actually just as bad. You take here, and then when they take back, with it can be the pawn or it can be the knight, it doesn't matter. You're taking on h3, and then after pawn takes h3, the white's king position is in very, very, very bad shape. And actually black should have a almost winning attack within a few moves. I mean, just something simple like knight f5 to start initiating play against the white king, and black should be able to whip up a winning attack here in the next couple moves. But objectively, knight h3 is probably a better option than knight e6. But in both cases, white should end up with a much worse position, a nearly lost position for white. Anyways, I hope the idea of a5 as a trap, and even just as another way to play the opening as opposed to playing the other main lines, helps you, and I hope you can use it to win a couple of quick games with the black pieces in the bayonet attack. Thank you.